Peace, y'all. Peace, peace. I want to say this, and shout out to, I don't know any other organizers. I'm going to go to her page. I don't know any other organizers or activists out there, but I am familiar with Tamika Mallory. Well, not familiar with her. I know of her, and folks have been sharing, tagging me in some of her posts. Tamika Mallory. But I just want to say this, man. This is another example of how the laws are already set up to protect, and this is why we have to be careful. We have to be careful about the traps. But this also shows us. This also shows us that we have a lot of work to do ourselves, because so another thing that needs to be added as a demand. I don't know what the makeup of that jury was. But you also have to know that when you talk about grand juries and indictments, when you talk about juries, period, I have several problems with these processes. One, when you start to make preparations for a judgment and they look like that, where they're calling in National Guard, they're setting curfews, that means that somebody knows what the judgment is going to be already. That is a break in the process, because no one should know what the jury's decision is ahead of time. Exactly, Keisha. That's the other thing I was going to get to. There needs to be also a law. Because when you say a jury of our peers, an all-white jury ain't no fucking jury of my peers. I don't give a fuck how you justify that law, whatever that loophole is that allows them to bring in an all-white jury and tell you it's a jury of your peers. That is bullshit, and it cannot be allowed to happen anymore. The breakdown of the jury must be exactly the breakdown of where you are from racially. So whatever racial makeup percentage that you are of your town or city, that amount of people on the jury should reflect that. The other thing, and this is part of the reason why I have, federal criminal charges, the whole process of a grand jury and an indictment process, that process is done because it's up to the person who's presenting the case. They can go in there and present a weak ass case. We don't know because that process is private and that process is hidden. We don't know what they could go in there and say, and pretty much they're supposed to be trying to get you to get charges. But if they go in there and make some bullshit argument up that's not going to work or not going to sound good enough to the people that they are doing it to, then those people are not going to return an indictment. They're not going to return an indictment. And how the fuck did they know that one officer, only his bullets went into other people's apartments? How are they saying that? Because if everybody was shooting, if all of those people were shooting, I'm just wondering how. I'm just saying, man, you always have to ask questions. And the reason we have to ask questions is because so much of these processes are hidden. They are hidden. So number one, the way that they do juries, that has to change. Two, if you are, again, when they came into my house in 2016, they did not have a no-knock. They did not have a kick in your door type of warrant. They kicked in my door. And they did not immediately say they were the fucking police. When they do shit like that, you cannot say, well, the person shot at me, so it's self-defense and shooting back. They have laws and rules that overlap, that contradict, self-defense, that contradict, like they have these protective factors that they can fall back to. And so this is why we need clear language that lays out and details scenarios. If this was to happen under these circumstances, you are in violation of people's civil rights, or you are in violation of state law, or you are in violation of federal codes or statutes. You are in violation of the standard operating procedures. These handbooks, these standard operating procedures, these laws have to be amended, and language has to be added, because they continue to get away with these loopholes. That ain't self-defense. The self-defense is motherfuckers kicking in your door and you don't know who the fuck they are, and you have a weapon in the house. So now we have this instance, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm very concerned about Milwaukee, and I'm very concerned about Wauwatosa, because I'm hearing things, and I'm very concerned. We had, like, the same way propaganda is used to get us to think and do certain things, they are also doing these verdicts. They have been doing it for the longest. They do these verdicts. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, it's money and shit being fucked up. Somebody is getting paid when the city gets burnt down. Somebody is getting paid, you know what I'm saying, with all these overtime hours, because, you know, they want to go out and police and militarize their police forces to go out against protesters. And so they do these decisions and they posture up, and they do these things purposely a lot too. There's no reason why Breonna Taylor should not get no justice. There's none at all. And I'm not sure of is if that was was that a federal process? I'm not sure about that. I will have to do more research on what process that just was. It sounded federal to me, because when you talk about grand juries and indictments, that's typically federal. But there's no way that nobody should be getting charged with that, and not even just Breonna Taylor. Do you know how many children? Let me say their names. Child killed during police raid. Aiyana Jones. She was 7 years old. Now, she was sleeping in her bed. And to my knowledge, I don't think any of those officers were indicted either. Aiyana Stanley Jones was 7 years old when she was killed by a single bullet to the head. As Officer Joseph Weekly walks free, another community is demanding answers about the increasing militarization of law enforcement. Those officers, this happened in 2010. 2010, and charges were dismissed. It says charges were dismissed. On the 16th of May, 2010, Aiyana was shot dead by Weekly in the middle of the night as she slept on a sofa inside her home on the east side of Detroit. Her grandmother, Myrtilla Jones, was close by. The home was a target of a midnight SWAT-style operation designed to arrest her uncle, who was living in the apartment upstairs and was the main suspect in the murder of a teenager a couple days before. Weekly was the first officer to enter the home, seconds after a flashbang grenade, a war device created by the British SAS in the 1960s to disorient with a blinding flash and temporarily deafening noise, was lobbed into it. Seconds after entering the house where the grenade had caused Aiyana's blanket to catch fire, Weekly fired one fatal shot and shot this 7-year-old fucking girl in the head. No fucking charges. So while we reflect on Breonna Taylor, Aiyana Stanley Jones was 7 years old and was actually killed while sleeping on a couch after the police did a raid, a midnight raid, threw a fucking flashbang grenade. that set her fucking blanket on fire and shot her in the goddamn head, and motherfuckers don't get as much as a oops. Oops. We shot a 7-year-old sleeping child. Oops. This shit, I'm telling y'all, 2020, we have the Aiyana Joneses turns into Breonna Taylors. These warrants, these no-knock warrants, and this another thing. I have talked about this so many fucking times because this goes hand in hand with what these police are doing. And again, I will continue to say that if we fix the police problem, we fix I ain't gonna say all of our problems, but we fix a huge part of crime everywhere if we fix the fucking police problem. This Aiyana Jones happened in Detroit in 2010. Let me make sure it was Detroit. I know it was in Michigan. In Wayne County, Detroit in 2010. This evidence that they so-called use, these CIs, these confidential informants, these snitches, the people who are working for the police, some of them get paid by the police to provide them information. A lot of times the information be bad information and be faulty and be wrong and be lies, but they can just run in your fucking house. That is a huge problem. That is a huge problem. Not only is it a huge problem that gets people illegally and falsely arrested for shit they didn't fucking do, because how credible are these fucking police to use another non-credible motherfucker to be credible for them? Because this information that they got on these warrants is faulty information. That whole process is Aiyana Jones's and Breonna Taylor's waiting to fucking happen. The only reason why I am in front of y'all in 2020 breathing and alive, because that was me, that was going to be me in 2016 when they kicked in my door. Because the first thing that I did when a bunch of white men barged into my fucking house with gas station bandanas on their fucking face and assault rifles was I reached for my fucking phone to go live. That was my reflex to do. Had I not had other people in the house with me that they had to get to, before they got to me, they had to go through 2 people, and then I had another person at the time, my girlfriend was in the bed with me. If that had not happened, I would have been fucking shot dead. If I would have been in the house by myself, I would have been shot fucking dead. Because while serving me a warrant and claiming at the time I was a witness, while serving me a warrant, not for my arrest, not for weapons or drugs, but because they wanted to confiscate my computers and my cell phones and my electronics, they kicked in my fucking door with the biggest, buffest white motherfuckers you could find with assault rifles. So this shit is personal to me because I actually lived through my process. This is why I'm telling y'all, I don't fuck around. I don't play with this shit at all. It's not a joke to me. It's not fun. It's not funny. It's not just something to do because this is the cool thing and it's what everybody's doing right now. It is very fucking personal to me. All of these processes have to be fucking checked and changed. They have to be checked and changed because people's actual lies, while they always get to say my life was in danger, it seems to always, the balance of scales seems to always be 99 to the 1%. It's 99% of the time that our fucking life is in danger, not yours. Because I didn't have no fucking gun. I had a cell phone. I was just watching some shit last night that really put a lot of shit in perspective. It put a lot of shit in perspective. And I'll tell you as a leader, man, I don't know everything. There's a lot of shit that I don't know, that I'm not privy to. And we all are ignorant to a lot of shit. It's so much shit that's happening in the background. It's so many people having their strings pulled. It's so many people that are entrenched in these communities and in these decisions that are really like, it's a literal whole, I don't even know what to, it's like an underworld, fam. It's a fucking underworld. And so many people are complicit. We have a lot of work to do. And the shit that I watched last night that put this shit in perspective for me, it just shows me even more. It's not just on their side. It's on our side too. It's so many people who seem to be on our side, who seem to be for us, who seem to be, you know what I'm saying, like wanting change with us, who are a part of the shit. And we know, we already know. But it's so crazy. It's so crazy. There's a possibility, I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know where they are. Let me see. So they are in Louisville. But I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be no peace. You can bet that. But again, when the day of the verdict, the non-charging verdict came for Seville Smith, there were those same meetings happening before the verdict, talking about riots coming. And why would you have conversation about that if you don't know what the outcome is going to be? How do y'all know what the outcome is about to be? Is it the same way that when Seville was shot, we had our mayor and our police chief both get on TV and lie about footage that they saw, that we should be concerned that the footage that they saw, or we should know that the footage that they saw would suggest that it was a justified shooting, when they're not even supposed to be able to see the fucking footage, when they're not supposed to have access to this shit? I'm telling y'all that a lot of this shit, they're breaking their own processes for their own gain. They're breaking their own processes. The rules say when y'all shoot and kill a motherfucker, that shit is supposed to go to immediately to another entity to be investigated. So why do you know what the evidence is? How have you seen the evidence? I'm going to tell y'all something about these processes, and I'm telling y'all to question everything. What I don't want and what I don't like is for people to set up and do shit that we have no involvement. Don't tell me what you're going to change. No. All these committees, all these conversations, real motherfuckers need to be at the table so we can know. So we can know what's going to be coming for change. We're not just going to read the shit and you explain to me what you want to change or what you're willing to. Because there could be some more language in there that will still prevent their ass from being prosecuted. Linda, I need to talk to y'all because I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. So I need to get y'all together, actually today, if it's possible. It could be on a call. It don't have to be in person, but I'm concerned about some shit that I'm hearing. I heard some shit today, and I heard some shit a couple days ago that I'm very concerned about. So while we collect ourselves and while we reflect on another case of injustice that just a dead motherfucker, it ain't our fault. We ain't do shit. We ain't gonna hold nobody accountable, nothing. And we definitely, y'all, listen, let me tell y'all something. These settlements The settlements are never a fucking win until we change where the money comes from. When they pay out these millions and millions of dollars, that's not coming from the police department. That's not coming from their pension. That's not coming from their paycheck. That's not coming from their budget. It's coming from when they kill somebody, we as taxpayers are paying for their fuck up. That is not a win. It's never a win. It's never a win. I need y'all to understand that. Yes, we need fucking money, but that money it's not justice. It's not change. We can't settle, man. We can't continue to settle. We can't continue to take what we can. Fuck that. We ain't taking what you gonna give us. I'm telling y'all, 2020, this shit is done. This shit is done. And I need y'all to be with us when we say that shit. Because it might not matter to you. It might not be important to you. You may not even think it's real until it fucking happened to you and you have to make those calls to these same people that you have all the opinions in the world about. And that's the saddest thing, to get a call or inbox from somebody who was black on black crime, what about it? And then motherfucker, the shit hit your goddamn doorstep, and now you want them same people, you asking why they out there, why they ain't over here. Now you want them same people to come to protest for your ass and your family. That's the saddest shit ever. That's very humbling. It should matter to everybody, to every person, to every business. If you don't want your fucking business burned down, if you don't want your shit broken into, I don't understand. I really don't understand. We see it in small pockets in our hoods where it's certain people that the community ain't gonna touch them. The mama on the block who took care of everybody, who everybody could eat at their house if they ain't got food at home, who they could stay and spend the night if they ain't got nowhere to go. That person's house don't get touched because they are invested in the community and the community becomes invested in them. So if you don't want your fucking business burned down, and I'm not saying it in an extortion type of manner, I'm saying be invested. You want us to care about you and you don't care about us. This ain't just a transactional thing. I come in your store and buy some shit and go home, and now we cool. We ain't cool. We're not cool. You can't take from people and not give. You can't. This is not a society we should live in. It shouldn't even be a fucking question. It shouldn't be a question on this is right versus wrong. None of them officers died. I don't care if they fired first. The premise that y'all used to come into their house was a faulty premise. So in all aspects, if you want to be right versus wrong, y'all came in with the wrong information. Y'all came in the wrong way. And that person felt that their life was in danger and they acted in self-defense. You can't then try to use self-defense against self-defense. But again, the most dangerous thing that we are seeing, and this is the problem with our president. And listen, I will be the first to tell y'all seen my post. This whole two-party system, this option or that option, Biden or Trump, honestly, y'all already know how we feel. Y'all already know how all of us feel. We feel the same way. But we can't. Do you see what the problem is with people like Trump being in there? You go as your leader go. This motherfucker ain't no different than what the motherfucker man, listen. It's no different than Hitler, y'all. This motherfucker ain't no different than Hitler. Because what he's doing, you go as your leader goes. And this motherfucker, the shit that he says and does is giving these people so much fucking energy. It is giving them so much energy. This is why we have motherfuckers like Kyle. And this is why he won't denounce people like that. He fucking defend them. Y'all want that type of motherfucker as y'all president? I don't give a fuck how we feel about Biden or Harris. We have to get rid of that motherfucker. We have to get rid of him. He has to go. That's just, we all know that. We all know that. (2020) This shit has to change. There is no... Listen, I'm telling y'all, if we do not get it done now, at this point in time in history, this is the turning point for the rest of our future on this fucking planet. You may not think... This is why listen, for the past 8 years, I have been not able to go on with a regular, normal life as if this shit is not happening. There's no way. I can see videos of people not being able to breathe and people laughing, people making posts, people making didn't do nothing. People like, there's no way. I spent so much of my youth seeing little shit, but not really paying attention. And at the point that I became, made that switch in my life to say, I can't sit by no more and watch this shit. We all have to come to that point in our lives. If we want to have any peace, harmony, normal life, because the normal that we used to is not fucking normal. We have to create. There has never been a normal in this country since it began. The only normal there was before these motherfuckers came here with this Christopher Columbus ass shit. The people who were here before, the indigenous people, the black people, or whatever you want to call them, the groups of people, that was the only time there was normalcy here. That was the only organic time in this country. Ever since these motherfuckers came here, nothing about this place has been normal. We need to create a normal to have in this fucking country. We need to create a standard of what is normal. What is this motherfucking place going to be? It hasn't had an identity. It has created its own fucking identity, which has been, we know what it's been. White fucking sheets, fire, looting, burning, while and the fucking audacity for peoples whose bloodline traces back to these same fucking people who created a document, and in which this document you refer to people as 3/4 of a fucking human. The fucking audacity for motherfuckers to call themselves being the standard of morality, to be the goddamn moral police. Listen, I'm against violence in our community. I'm against crime. But I understand why it happens. It's going to happen as long as the conditions are there for it to happen. As long as they do not allow for our schools to be funded and for people to have decent educations, for people to have decent access to jobs, to resources, to becoming their own boss and not being slaves for somebody all their fucking life, to be free of debt, to be free from looking over their goddamn shoulder and being worried about the fucking police all the time. This shit is going to continue. These systems are cold. They've had 400 years of fucking practice. They have perfected. We have to be just as intentional about taking this shit apart, about changing this shit. And they can talk all they fucking want to about the protesters. They can talk about Antifa. They can talk about all these different fucking groups. At the end of the goddamn day, this country was founded off the same shit. You're not more patriotic than me. You cannot be more patriotic than me. Because you motherfuckers served a king and a queen in Europe, and y'all said, fuck y'all, you're not going to tread on me, is what y'all fucking said, and y'all rose up against the shit and created y'all own shit. So don't tell us motherfuckers are wrong for doing the same shit this country was founded on. If we guilty, y'all fucking guilty. How the fuck? Do we not see America run natives off their land, their reservations for resources? Did DACA not happen? Do we not see us invading and going into other people's shit, killing people, taking their... Is this shit still not happening? Are we still not seeing the same colonizing ass shit happen all across this fucking globe that trace back to this goddamn place? Don't tell these fucking people they are wrong for going up against this fool ass system. Who the fuck would follow this shit? Who would be okay with this? Black people use crack, white people use coke, and one is worth more time than the other, and it's the same shit? You think we supposed to be cool with this shit? Nah, bruh. We done had enough. Enough is enough, and it has to fucking change. It's going to fucking change. I need for y'all to understand, it's going to change. A fucking 17-year-old can come here and shoot 3 or 4 goddamn people, and it's, oh, he was under attack. Oh, he was here to protect land and property in a fucking state he ain't even from, don't even live in. But as soon as black people shoot somebody, it's the violence, Chicago. Well, that motherfucker came from Chicago too. So, are you against motherfuckers getting shot or not? Ain't no picking and choosing. Ain't no picking and fucking choosing. Either you against it or you fucking not. Oh, we don't even want to talk about heroin. Heroin is the fucking drug of choice that the motherfuckers dropping like flies. Don't nobody want to talk about that shit though. But when they do is, oh, they sick. They're so sick. We need to help them people. Matter of fact, I can't tell y'all how many times that a person who uses heroin purchases the heroin, brings their goddamn friend, gives them the fucking heroin, in which they kill a goddamn self off of, and they don't fuck the person who gave it to you, in which you died, who should be charged. You go say, we gonna go bank the fuck out of the nigga who sold it to both of y'all. No, nigga, you gave him the shit. You caused that motherfucker to die. I can't tell you when fam, I have sat in jail, and I have seen white men come into the jail high as fuck. Don't wreck their goddamn car in the hood some motherfucking where. High as fuck in there for tampering with a corpse because they used heroin, gave it to their friend, the friend died, and instead of calling the goddamn police, the nigga put the motherfucking body in the goddamn closet for 3 days and continued to use the heroin while his friend in there dead. And this motherfucker was out before I was. He came in there, he was sick, he was there for 24, 48 hours, whatever it was, and that nigga was out. How? How? I don't give a fuck what nobody in this pod is in here for. That motherfucker right there needs to be on the news. Was he on the shit? Hell no. You cannot tell me this shit is just. You cannot tell me this shit is equal. My eyes, if my eyes don't work, I got glasses. And with my regular eyes and my glasses, the shit look wrong in both. Hey, Maggie, ain't that much attempting in the motherfucking world, okay? Okay? There, you know what's crazy? They really have people thinking of me or treating me as if I'm like I come in rooms and it's motherfuckers who done sexually assaulted people. It's police who done killed people. It's, people who done stole money from here or there several times. Um, it's all type of motherfuckers in the room and everybody looking at me like I'm the most dangerous motherfucker. Are you stupid? I'm just saying, like, I get accusations, motherfucker, but you shouldn't be looking at me side-eyed, motherfucker. I need us to be equally invested in being when these juries happen. And I get it. We got stress and work. You can't take off and all this shit. But I'm telling y'all, though, I done been in these cases where they done put all these motherfuckers in lavish hotels. You know what I'm saying? Just, they down there pay them to come and fucking be a part of these juries and find niggas guilty. I get it. We don't have the time. We can't, what the fuck? Like, people, we run from jury duty. Do that shit, fam. Do it. We have to be involved in these processes, man. They are banking our ass. Bank shot off the backboard with your ass. Of course, Keith, we ain't, man, listen, what's understood ain't even got to be talked about. They know what the fuck they do. But again, when you so used to doing bullshit and getting away with it for 400 years, like motherfuckers didn't drag people out of jail and set them on fire and cut their balls off, and it's 300 people right there participating, and none of them motherfuckers went to jail. Them y'all daddies and y'all cousins and shit. We ain't forget about that. Did you forget about that? That wasn't that long ago, motherfucker. That wasn't in slavery. That was after. All right? Why they do it? Y'all wasn't slaves. Well, your ass wasn't in slavery either, but nigga, I seen you as a little kid on a picture with a nigga burning off a noose. That was you. I seen your ass. So, slavery my ass. That shit's still happening. I remember as a teenager, before I came back to Milwaukee, reading about people, some dude in Texas, they fucking chained him to the back of a fucking truck and drug his goddamn body till it fell apart. What the fuck? Dude, do not talk to me about what we didn't experience. Because y'all still doing a lot of that shit. I saw in New York, I think, a dude at a wedding, Bell, I believe his name was Bell too. At a goddamn wedding, I think on his wedding day, they shot them like 100 something fucking times. Sean Bell. 2006. I'm a fucking teenager. You can't tell me. What are you talking about? I've been seeing this shit all my fucking life. All my goddamn life. You can't tell me that. Come on, man. You're just gonna pick a time period and try to keep the conversation there. No, nigga. Time existed longer. There's a lot of time additional to that shit that you leaving out. Or maybe y'all just not educated. Because, you know, that's a problem too. A lot of y'all talking about our level of education. Yeah, Jeremy, you already know. You already know. It's like the court allowed to keep Kyle from being extradited to buy him more time to find an attorney. Oh, I wish the fuck Wisconsin would let niggas say, I ain't going nowhere till I get a good attorney. Bruh. Don't talk to me about privilege. Don't talk to me about how Wisconsin won't go to Antarctica to get a motherfucker for a parking ticket. Them niggas will swim and get your ass. If they don't have a boat, they swimming. And that's the thing. Y'all, listen. You know, I like to wait a little while before I block the white people for the ignorant shit they say. Just please expose yourselves. Please, come on, keep on. Keep on. Keep on. Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on. Motherfucker. Keep on. Keep on. Keep it on. Motherfucker. Say all the dumb shit you please. Till I get good and ready to click, screenshot your goddamn ass. And it's a protest party or firing brigade, motherfucker. Because your ass gonna get fired if you have work. Oh, you want to be out of work and protest? Like you say, well, we all are? We ain't got no job. You ain't finna have one either. Because you on my live protesting instead of working, okay? So, since you want to not be at work, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help your ass go on that nice vacation like the Mr. Police Officer. Your ass finna be on paid, non-paid administrative leave too, motherfucker. So keep on. I'm just saying, y'all. Jury duty, voting, justice for us all, change them laws. We have to be very clear of what our mission is, because we can't get distracted, we can't be distorted, and we cannot be swayed at all. Do not, like, this shit, I'm telling y'all, the worst thing you can do is feel like this shit don't have nothing to do with you and wait your fucking turn. Because the shit, the law of probability, and we live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So we have the amount of police shootings that have happened in this fucking place, that we have that shit more than national news. Like, right here in one place. You are in high probability to get anally probed or shot and killed right here around this motherfucker. Oh, them the worst ones. The worst ones is the ones who don't think they racist. And I'm about tired of y'all who think adopted black kids or got mixed biracial. What the fuck? And thinking y'all can speak on black shit because you produced or adopted like they're a goddamn pet or something. So you now you can talk. No, you can't. Let them talk. Let the baby talk. The baby can talk for themselves. Okay? So white lady, white man, shut the fuck up over there. Black child, baby, biracial, whatever it is you talking about you got, friend, black friend, let them come talk about themselves. Okay? Oh, y'all don't know about the anal probing they did? Y'all don't know about the lawsuit that was millions and millions of dollars of illegal strip anal searches that they fucking did on niggas? Oh, hop out. Let me stick my fingers in your ass or wreck your asshole and rip it and you need stitches. Oh, y'all don't know about that? Right here in Milwaukee? Maybe you need to know about that. While people have the fucking nerve. The most dangerous thing is to, whether it's a person or an entity, to act as if they never do anything wrong. They can do no wrong. Them some dangerous motherfuckers. As if this shit didn't happen. As if motherfuckers didn't beat Frank Jude, then they're worse than Rodney King. So when we talk about these goddamn police, oh, you can't tell me them motherfuckers good. You can't tell me they supervisor, the motherfucker who signed a paycheck, all them is fucked up. Y'all know they doing this shit? Or is that just all the motherfuckers who complain, they should just sit in a personnel file where nobody knows or can see it? Oh, that's what, all right. So let's help them cover it up is what we're doing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So again, and I want to take this opportunity as well to talk about another thing that I've asked somebody to do. I don't know if this exists. If it exists, then never mind. But we need somebody to create a website that documents any police shooting that is under questionable circumstances. Because I'm going to tell you all the difference. When white people try to do that argument, well, white people get shot by the police too. More people get shot by the... Guess what? Listen. Oh, I be on YouTube all the time, right? YouTube is free. Okay? So if you go on YouTube, there are a lot of videos of police shootings. And a lot of them white people, they ass is firing at the goddamn police, beating and stabbing, attempting to. That's why ain't nobody protesting for y'all ass, because most of the time, y'all ass is trying to kill or attack the goddamn police. We trying to run and live. See motherfuckers getting shot in their goddamn back. What'd he do? Oh, I was trying to give him a parking ticket. He got out and ran because he on parole, don't want to go to jail. So I'm just going to shoot him. I don't feel like running, so I'm just going to shoot him. Justified. No, nigga. We not talking about, listen, every person that gets harmed by the police department, we're not protesting for every last one of them. Because some people, if you try to murder the police, you know what I'm saying, you shoot out, you know what I'm saying, you know, may got a fucking ninja, the circumstances matter, motherfucker, is what I'm saying. 9 times out of goddamn 10, as you heard me talk about, Breonna didn't fire no goddamn shots. Aiyana Jones ain't fire a goddamn thing. She was on fire and got fired on. So that's what we talking about. And now we got all these goddamn problems up here in, where the fuck is it? Where the white people calling the police on black neighbors because they, I guess, mad that they neighbors? More Pistol Pete shit going on, I guess. Let me see. Where the fuck is this shit at? Monona, Wisconsin. And it had, listen. I just don't, understand. This is not like a earth that I would like to remain on while this type of shit is going on for any amount of years. Yeah. So while this shit is going on, again, I don't know why y'all all on my page talking about shit ain't real. This don't really happen. Get your ass. Go follow Trump. Go follow Trump on Twitter if you want to read the shit you want to read. Because apparently that is the genre that you subscribe to. This ain't that, motherfucker. So why you over here, I don't fucking know. Because I ain't show up to your church in Texas. You know what I'm saying? We going to. I ain't forget about your ass either. What was dude named? The fucking pastor from Texas that apparently thought he can tell me it's over for you. We gonna come and get you. You gonna be deceased and missing. as soon as we found out who the fuck he was, because apparently he a dumbass. Like, you use your real page, real name, real picture, and you a goddamn whole pastor. All right, pastor, keep on pastoring. Them Texas folks gonna pull up on ya. Damn, that shit far as hell. Oh, okay. All right. Spring Baptist Church in Texas. And then the motherfucker gonna say Black Lives Matter. Lying ass pastor. Motherfucker gonna get on live and lie as a pastor and say Black Lives Matter hacked him. Black Lives Matter took credit for it. Hoo-wee. Jamal, I wonder if you've seen this shit. If you have not, I'm finna tag you in it right now. Hey, I'm just saying, um, sick of this shit. So again, activists across this motherfucking place need to come together and organize together. We need to link and figure out how to support one another, because we can't do this on our own. And it don't, matter what city or state that we are in. We need to know about what's going on everywhere. When we are traveling, we need to know who to link in with. We need to know who the movers and shakers are, so we can, aid and assist, or if we need aid and assistance while we are in your town, we would like to be able to reach out. It's a level of organizing that needs to be done exponentially greater than what we are doing it. But yeah, as we reflect on this another wrong decision, let me see, Roxanne. Yeah, Jamal, we need to do it, and we need to do it. It needs to be genuine and not it's seriously something we can do. And I'll say it again. I did a live about this the other day, that we need to do a million activist march with a designated action, a demands demonstration, where we present our demands from every state, every city that has these issues. We all collectively deliver our direct demands to Congress, to the White House. And then we need to, like I said, organize, man. We need to get it together, and we need to be unified in these calls, because again, this year, 2020, this shit is done. It has no choice but to be done. It has no choice, because this is not happening no more. And like I told, in that meeting that I had with the police chief, oh yeah, I was made privy to the fact that y'all actually have a standard operating. Get this shit. They actually have a standard operating procedure on the books that says that these officers have a duty to intervene when a fellow officer is doing something wrong. They actually are supposed to intervene, which tells me it's a lot of fucking cops that have violated that standard operating procedure, and ain't nobody said shit to them. Ain't nobody looked at them. Nothing. The same way I said when that officer died in that rollover crash, because his goddamn partner ignored their command to stop the pursuit, and he killed his ass. The goddamn partner didn't even have on a seatbelt, but they traveling over 100 miles per hour illegally after they have been told to quit a pursuit. He continues, kill his motherfucking ass, and ain't nobody gonna say shit to him. Nobody is going to say anything to him, let alone that same cop that I said, while y'all sitting up here glossing over the fact that this motherfucker ignored the command and killed his partner. Later, the motherfucker was on the news for domestic violence or some shit, for like a DUI and domestic violence. How easy is it to spot out problematic cops? When Dominique Hagan Brown killed Seville, and I revealed his name and who he was, and I just happened to bring out the fact that he was questionably gay, and everybody was mad at me for that. Meanwhile, the motherfucker is raping men, going to bars, raping men. So apparently, it's not hard to spot out these motherfuckers who are problems. I don't even work, and I don't even know these motherfuckers, and I can spot out when they bad. It has to happen. It has to happen. And there will never be any instance where people will trust these systems or any of that if y'all ain't doing that. Y'all can't do the simple shit. Y'all can't get rid of these cops that's fucking niggas up. Oh no. Like I said, man, conversations is cool, but justice for us all, change them laws. Let's talk about that next meeting. All right. Didn't they charge him with the cop's death? That's the most. Listen, man. That's like if a goddamn police, if I was unarmed and running, and one officer is shooting at me illegally and shoot and kill his partner, and they charge me with the goddamn death. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. The union, we ain't, listen, like I said, we already on that. How we gonna do it is, I don't know. That's gonna be the biggest battle of them all. But the union is definitely a whole ass problem. It's the main problem mostly. Like I said, Dominique Hagan Brown not only shot and killed Seville, that motherfucker raped several men illegally without their permission. What kind of goddamn person do you have to be to rape, to drug? Now I said rape, but I forgot the Cosby shit. The drug the goddamn drink, took him home, raped him. He took one motherfucker to the hospital. He took the nigga to the hospital and stayed there with him. What kind of motherfucker do you have to be to do some stupid shit like that? I'm going to shoot you, and then I'm going to go sit in the hospital room with you so when you wake up, you can remember, hey, man, you shot me. What the fuck? This nigga's crazy. Oh, he's released right now. He got out in February of this year. This motherfucker still walking around Milwaukee, walking, riding, bicycling, I don't fucking know. He is still around this motherfucker. He took the dude to the hospital, and the dude woke up and said, you raped me. And you know what this motherfucker did? Supervisor, I'm gonna need some help with this one. I fucked up. Can you write me a sick note? Say I wasn't here. I'm just saying. What, they gave this nigga 3 years for all of that. He raped multiple people. Multiple. He got 3 years. He's out right now. But I'm wrong. I'm wrong for protesting and saying that type of shit is not supposed to happen. I'm telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all that this shit is going to stop. It's going to. So, absolutely, bro. So, man, like I said, man, for me, honestly, man, like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and I don't just do this side of it. Peace, Sister Nichols Gloria. Oh, listen, I'm 33 years old. I've been doing this 8 years already. I am not finna be Al Sharpton age, still rolling around to my no jet, no bees with no teeth. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I am sure it is. I'm sure Louisville is in for a world of no peace to happen. Talking about no justice, no teeth. Oh my God. Yeah, listen, man. And that's another thing you can say. It's not the system of policing has always been bad, dude. It don't matter if you a black cop or a white. It don't matter. If you wrong or you out here bogus, then it's just wrong. Let's not forget about, what happened? Hold the fuck on. Did I forget that a white woman and her white partner, man shot brown deer bus. Okay. Did this also happen in 2016? Manuel Burnley Jr. Remember this name. Manuel Burnley Jr. was shot in the fucking back. And I believe he was handcuffed. Let me see. And it says here, this is from March 13th, 2019. So this was last year. He sued it was a federal suit for excessive force, battery, negligence, and negligent infliction of emotional distress. Burnley was a passenger on a Milwaukee County Transit System bus when the driver stopped in the 8600 block of North 60th Street, opened the door, and summoned Brown Deer police officers Devin Kramer. That's the goddamn white lady name. Devin Kramer. And Michael Lehman over to the bus. She told the officers Burnley was arguing with her. He refused to exit. So this bus driver, because there was a point in Milwaukee where they stopped accepting like bus tickets. It was some weird system they changed over to a card or some shit. So I think the argument was about that, if I remember correctly. She told the officers Burnley was arguing with her. He refused to exit, so the officers removed him. As he struggled, all three fell to the ground. The officers rolled Burnley onto his stomach, trying to handcuff him. When Kramer couldn't control Burnley's left arm, she drew her gun and shot him once in the back. Burnley was now, mind you, hold on. Let's make sure they didn't leave out this. Oh, they did leave it out. Okay, so Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, you left this part out. As he struggled, all three fell to the ground. The officers rolled Burnley onto his stomach, trying to handcuff him. When Kramer couldn't control Burnley's left arm, she drew her gun and shot him once in the back. Burnley was hospitalized for 12 days and lost part of his lung as a result of the shooting. The bullet remains in his body and he is unable to work. He was on the bus coming from work. What they left out, she called him a nigga while this was happening. She called him a nigga. White lady cop. They got him on his stomach. I'm not strong enough to get your arm, so I'm just going to shoot you, nigga, is apparently what they get to do. Again, this place right here, this is a special ass place. This place is so special. Hoo-wee. Oh, she didn't get charged with a hate crime. Honestly, if I need to look up what actually happened to that case, because that's what made me think about it. Because I don't think, I went to a couple of her court proceedings. I have video. Yeah, bitch walk right past me. So she actually did get charged. Let me see. This is in 2016. I think I went to her first court appearance, which was March 14th. No. Damn, what happened with this fucking case? I do not remember. Milwaukee County bus drivers. Oh shit. This is the wrong thing for me to fucking see. Former brown deer. So you can shoot a nigga in his goddamn back while he's on his stomach because you ain't strong enough to handcuff him or get his arm. And this is what happens. Former Brown Deer police officer Devin Kramer is expected to receive the payments for life. Ex-cop receiving $57K a year due to stress from trial for shooting man in the back. This bitch got duty disability. She is getting $57,000 a fucking year. Didn't go to jail, apparently. And what happened with the case is there was a hung jury. Again, going back to juries, y'all need to start going for jury duty. We need to be involved in these cases because these all white, mostly white ass goddamn juries, they doing this shit. Well, this bitch up here looking like Triple H wife. Look at this bitch. This is her. This is Officer Kramer. She getting 57 fucking thousand a year for stress. I got stress. For calling him a nigga and shooting him, I'm stressed out. I don't have a problem with women being cops. I'm just saying, and this is the thing just with, I don't want to make this men and women, but if you can't do the fucking job, why the fuck are you struggling with motherfuckers? And come on, fam. Come on, fam. Don't be wrestling with motherfuckers if you weak. That's not an excuse to shoot somebody because you're not strong enough to deal with them. 57,000 a year for the rest of her life. She should have been charged with a hate crime. She absolutely should have, because they left out of here. Oh. So in this, they go into a little bit more detail. Apparently, she was beating him with a goddamn baton too. Let me see. She said she testified she feared him because of his size. He is 5'7". 5'7", I'm 5'11". I'm not tall for a man. Bitch, this nigga is shorter than me. He's shorter than me, and you're scared of him. 5'7" and weighs 370 pounds. She also testified she did not taser him because she already had her knee in his back and did not want to de-escalate the force. So you got him on his stomach, you're on his back with your knee in his back, and you still are scared. And there's a whole nother big ass white male officer with you. Okay? It would have been considered a de-escalation of my force to go from knee strike. So she was not only just, so this all started because he got on the bus and paid his money, and he wanted a refund because the bus driver, he had just got on the bus. He got into it with the bus driver and she kicked him off. So now he trying to get home from work, ain't got no cash left. And he like, can I get my money refunded? How the fuck I'm gonna get on the next bus? That's what the argument was about. It would have been considered a de-escalation of my force to go from knee strikes down to use of my taser. She testified in front of a jury February 2018. We are trained in that you don't even de-escalate your force until you are in 100% control. So you telling me that once you have pulled your actual gun and the circumstances calm down, that you don't go to a taser or put the gun up, you just got to keep the gun out, because now you're saying that it is your training to stay at the level that you at. So now we're getting pointed out, either she lying or we're being pointed out where the problems are in their SOPs. According to her testimony, the levels of acceptable force in the eyes of her superiors go from tasering a suspect to kneeing him in the back to beating him with a baton to eventually just shooting and killing him. Did y'all hear what this bitch just said? This is their level chart. They level of how to deal with motherfuckers that they scared of or too weak for is, number one, taser them. Number two, knee that motherfucker. Put your knee in the neck. Keep MMA. 3, use a goddamn baton to beat their ass silly. Number 4, shoot them and kill them. That, you telling me this y'all chart? This is y'all chart? However, she skipped the use of a baton and went directly to shooting him after the knee strikes because she was too tired. So you done need this motherfucking man to the point that you tired. So because you tired, you're going to shoot him. This is all from the case. I'm not making this shit up. This bitch talking. I discontinued using my baton due to my level of exhaustion. I did not have the energy to now draw my baton. So you ain't have the energy to take a fucking baton out, but you had the energy to pull out a gun. What the fuck is your knee tired got to do with your arm tired? How? Who the fuck is your birth parents? Because that ain't how none of this works. Instead, she testified that I chose deadly force. Hoo-wee. And this bitch didn't go to jail. Oh my God. I would describe it as autopilot based on my training. In other words, she admits she is incapable of using common sense and rationale. Whoever wrote this article, thank you. This is great wording. In other words, she admits she is incapable of using common sense and rationality in dealing with the situation and has no hesitation to take a man's life just because she lacks the endurance to beat him first, even though there was little reason to even beat him once he was off the bus. Whew. And now she is proved to be an inept cop. She will be making $57,000 a year for the rest of her life. The money is coming from a state pension fund. It's almost as if she won the cop lottery. Duty disability payments. Listen, y'all. This is like days. Whenever I can sit back and reflect and just have a moment to myself, I'm going to take it. I have to, because this shit bothers me so much and I have to deal with it every day. I really don't think people understand. Not only do I have to deal with people's everyday issues, like crime, poverty, people in need of shit, I have to deal with these police shootings locally across the state. I have to get tagged. And do y'all not know how many of these videos that y'all get to see later that I get tagged in while they're occurring? I saw a lot of people die in real time because somebody knows to tag me when this shit is happening. That shit is constantly a part of my life. Again, this is different for me. This ain't, glamorous. It ain't. Again, like, if people think this is, I don't understand. Like, people think this is like some type of celebrityism or whatever it is you think it is. This is, nigga, I got to go in rooms where I can get support or get funding, and I got to hear people tell about how another motherfucker done told them I'm just dangerous, don't talk to him, don't mess with him, don't, like, I'm constantly blackballed in rooms. I'm constantly passed up for opportunities. I'm constantly under a fucking microscope. That's, you want this? You want this? This is what you want? Okay. This type of shit is just, I just do not understand the type of human being who can hear this type of shit and not be on the side of right. I don't give a fuck if you care if Black Lives Matter or not. Fucked up police officers should not be on any goddamn force. We should all fucking agree on that. It don't matter if you agree with how we protest, what time we do it at, how much noise we make, do we got a permit or not. Bitch, do you want these type of motherfuckers on the goddamn force? Because that tells me a lot about you. If you cool with this type of shit happening. I've been on this goddamn live a long time. So I'm finna get up off of here. But yeah. Make sure y'all share this. Make sure y'all share this. But we gotta get it together, y'all. We got so much fucking work to do. So much fucking work. Peace, y'all, man. Much love.